I must mention that these climate conferences are extremely important, especially at a time when we are dealing with an existential crisis. And this COP process is about holding the polluters to account. It's about making sure that countries are paying their fair share of finance, rich countries in this case, and all countries are also taking action by reducing emissions and also adapting to the changing climate. And let's also not forget that people are already facing climate disasters. So this is a place where you actually look at whether we are responding to the needs of people on ground and whether the money that needs to be provided is commensurate to the scale of the crisis. So these conversations are extremely important because this is where a global policy is being developed and monitored whether we are doing proper implementation or not. So this is an important space. But yes, I also share the concern that this process has not delivered as much as it should have, and particularly on the issue of mitigation, I must say that fossil fuels have not even been recognized as the cause of the problem, be it the convention or Paris Agreement. So that's why we are also demanding another treaty in the form of fossil fuel non-proliferation treaty, which can be a sister agreement alongside Paris Agreement. Now, there are also challenges on finance, so where rich countries have failed to provide adequate support. So when the questions are being raised, there is no doubt there are huge gaps. But still, this process is a very precious one because there are all countries involved. We work on consensus basis, which does slow down things. But again, at least all countries agree to the direction of travel. Of course, we need to ramp up and do much more. But I would say this process is an important one.
Another thing about the climate migrants.
Okay, sorry, before I go there, I must say one more thing. While we all are quite frustrated with the slow pace of this process and the delivery mechanism, but it's not just the process that is problematic. I think we should look at who is not letting this process be far more effective, and that's where the role of developed countries is really quite important to talk about, because they have not played their role. They've actually slowed it down. They are not doing their fair share of action. So this process can be very useful if countries who are responsible for the crisis step up and play their part.